All right, y'all. Y'all know the vibes and y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Swift Dollars. You tuned in to Straight Shoota podcast. And right now, we want to give our condolences to Kyren Lacy, former LSU star wide receiver. Apparently died of suicide during a police chase, authorities say. We're going to get into that more. Y'all keep it locked right here, Straight Shoota podcast, all right? All right, back at you once again. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Swift Dollars, a.k.a. 16-Pad Killer, and you tuned in to Straight Shoota podcast. And this right here is a safe place for unbiased opinions based on facts, where we give it to you straight with no chase, all right? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash up the likes, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you stay in the loop every time I drop these videos, all right? So we're going to get straight to it, man. Ex-LSU receiver Kyren Lacy died in an apparent suicide during a police chase, authorities say. This is according to the AP News. Now, we got that player, age 24, apparent suicide in his car while being pursued by authorities in Houston, according to the Harrison County Sheriff's report released on Sunday. Lacy was already facing criminal charges stemming from a fatal car accident in Louisiana last December that had clouded his NFL prospects. Harris County authorities say their pursuit of Lacy late Saturday night ended when Lacy crashed. When officers approached the vehicle to extract Lacy, they said he had died in an apparent suicide, the report said. Lacy was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency responders. Now, we all know Lacy was a star wide receiver at LSU who led LSU in touchdowns, receiving with 9 last year. He declared for the draft this year, but his stock went down after an involvement that he had with he was involved in a car crash that killed the life of a 78-year-old man in Lafourche Parish, Louisiana. You know, they said allegedly he was driving recklessly, speeding, and passing in a no-passing zone, and when another motorist swerved to get out the way of Lacy, they had a head-on collision with the other vehicle, and he was charged with negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle because they say he fled the scene and didn't call 911 responders. Now, all that's sad and everything, but the sad part about it is with this situation here, they say it all stems from a call was received to where they said that it was a disturbance at a crib. So apparently what they're trying to say is that he was getting into it with somebody at another person's house where a gun was drawn, allegedly shot at the ground, or a ruckus took place, and basically he was gone from the scene by the police by the time the police got there. So they put out an APB of his vehicle, and when they finally spotted the vehicle, a chase ensued, and during the car chase, he wrecked. And that's when they're saying when they went to extract him from the car, they seen it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, that's according to the police, and I just got that information from the AP News. Okay, so shout out to AP News for being my source today. But also, I got a little bit of a news clipping from when local news reported on the car wreck. So I'm going to get into that real quick so that way we can get up to speed where it took place at.
We've learned a former LSU wide receiver who was facing criminal charges in Louisiana died during a police pursuit right here in Houston. Now here's what the Harris County Sheriff's Office is telling us tonight. It started after 11 Saturday night. Deputies with the Precinct 4 Constable's Office were called to a weapons disturbance. Apparently, Lacy was having an argument with a family member when he fired a gun into the ground. Now by the time deputies arrived, Lacy had left. 20 minutes later, a unit spotted Lacy's vehicle and tried to stop him. There was a chase that went on for several miles, but ended when Lacy crashed along Aldine Westfield Road. When deputies were getting him from the vehicle, they found what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. HCSO believes the shot was fired during the chase. We're told an autopsy will be conducted on Lacy's body. Also, the Civil Rights Division of the Harris County District Attorney's Office will review the results of the investigation once it's finished, which is standard procedure when a death occurs during an attempted arrest.
All right, now, with that being said, let's get straight to it, all right? I got a couple of things I would just want to speak on in reference to this situation right here. Now, that's based off of the local news in Houston. Now, thank God that an autopsy will take place, you know what I'm saying? So that way we can be sure, make sure the truth. Civil Rights Division will review investigation. No surprise about that.
Get mad at me if you want to.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime something like this takes place with a black individual being killed in pursuit of police or during something like that, most of the time they're going to jump to it to get involved. That's cool. But the main topic I want to talk about is, I think this guy, I ain't giving him no cop-out or nothing like that, but I think, you know what I'm saying, that with everything this man got going on, being a star wide receiver, LSU, he got the world in his hand, in his grasp, right there. And one bad decision, I think, wrecked this man's brain. You understand? Because at the age that he's at, with everything that's going on, I think that he was probably somehow struggling mentally with, even though he didn't wreck his car, but causing a car wreck to where somebody died. That takes a toll on some people. I got a relative right now that I honestly feel like, you know what I'm saying, is going through the same situation where a car wreck to where somebody lost their life. I mean, it was an honest accident. It wasn't no drunk driving, DUI, nothing like that. But the other person lost their life, and I've seen a change in him. Not saying that he's a bad person, but I could just tell that mentally he's still affected by that. So who knows what kind of mental state this young man's been in ever since that wreck. Or has anybody been reaching out, talking to him? Has he been going to get some therapy or whatever? Because, from what they're saying, he moving reckless. He was driving reckless. He toting guns, and these are college kids now. So, I just think that we all need to start paying a little bit more attention to what our children are doing and how they're moving, and just talk to them more, try to spend time with them more,
Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to.
I ain't preaching to nobody, and I ain't saying nobody failed or nothing like that, but, this man had the world in the palm of his hands, and it seems like he has some demons or something going on after, and I, trust me, I believe that he was just at a tipping point. It's just so much going on. I don't think he knew how to find somebody to talk to. Maybe that could have saved his life. Because even though he made a mistake with the high-speed chase and all of that stuff and the car wreck and all that, he could get past that. I just think that, a lot more positive people around you can help your mental space, right? Like some people have carrying concealed for safety and for real. Other people got it just to show. Just because you got access to something doesn't mean you have to abuse it. When you got celebrity or star power, you don't have to abuse it. But hey man, some people when they power is a power, and influence is a strong thing that can uplift you, and it's a heavy thing that can bring you down if you don't use it correctly or the right way. No one is an exception to the rule.
Time for somebody to say it.
Each and every one of us can be humbled, or something can happen to turn our life around, but we got to make sure that we learn our life lessons and we work hard to fix ourselves to become better people. Because this whole situation right here is sad. Now, a set of parents, God bless them, they got to bury their child, and I know they're gonna have 1,000,001 questions to why would he take his life? Where did we not reach him? What went wrong? What happened? And it might not even be that, but it's seriously, for anybody, my personal opinion, for anybody to pull the Final Destination move on themselves, that's something mentally, that's you got to be mentally off to do that, or thinking that you're gonna get a second chance if something, because anybody knows that once you're gone, you're gone. So I just don't see it. I just feel like this brother was battling some demons, and he didn't know how to get the proper help or know how to reach out to somebody. But I just want this to be a learning lesson for all of us out here, parents, family members, friends of family members, just make sure y'all start loving each other more, reaching
Time
out
for
to each
somebody to
other
say
more. Because I think right now we living in some times where everybody cutthroat, everybody for self. And, sometimes everybody helping each other, giving each other a helping hand can go a long way, you know what I'm saying? And when everybody's so cutthroat and all about themselves these days, it makes it hard for somebody to even open up or reach out, because everybody guarding or protecting themselves. Now, don't get it twisted. First law of man is self-preservation, but each one got to teach one in order for us to grow. So, let's all start getting on track, man. Like I said, we don't duck no topics or opinions, and we're gonna give it to you straight. No chase over here. I ain't never want, you know what I'm saying? This is tragic. This is nasty. Right before the draft too. That's why I feel like the world on his shoulders, man. I think he just had too much, and if he had the right person to talk to, or a few more better people around him. Not saying the people around him weren't good, but I'm just talking about just giving them that extra push to stay straight. That means a lot, and that can go a lot, But I just wanted to speak on this, man. It, happened just the other day. It's Monday. We getting back to the start of the week. You know what I'm saying? We got some merch on the way, man. Y'all, big things in store, man. Big things in store. Make sure y'all smash up that like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop it in the comments, man. I want to know how y'all feel about this situation right here, man. Do y'all think this was a suicide? Police trying to cover it up, or do y'all think this brother was battling some demons based off of that car wreck that killed the other driver, unfortunately? Y'all put it in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Swift Dollar, 16 Pad Killer, Maschine Mafia, Straight Shooter Podcast, baby. We out. 1.